I'm going to show you how to rig up for steelhead drift fishing, and it's a pretty basic, easy rig, and you can use it for pretty much any type of drift fishing you're going to be doing for steelhead in rivers, and you can adjust the amount of weight pretty quickly so you can get down deeper in bigger rivers, and also lighten it up and put hardly any weight on if you're going to be fishing shallow riffles and low clear rivers. So we'll get started here. First thing you're going to want to do is slide one of these, some snap barrel swivel here, and you're going to slide that up your main line, and I'm using, this is some Fireline crystal, and I've had pretty good luck with it for drift fishing and for bobber fishing. And you're going to slide the snap swivel up your main line, and I like to use these USA, made in the USA snap barrel swivels. Any kind of swivels that I use, I like to use the ones that are made in the USA. They're a little bit more expensive, but you won't have problems with them pulling apart or breaking if you have a big fish on. So it's worth it to spend a little extra money. Next thing you're going to do is slide on a bead, and this just kind of helps when it's sliding up and down your line to not rub on your other swivel. And so now we've got the snap swivel and the bead put on the line. Next thing we're going to do is tie on the little barrel swivel. And I am using a Palomar knot, which is a really good knot to use for tying braid to hooks or to swivels, like right here, what I'm doing. And we have another video on the website shows you how to tie a Palomar knot, so you can go check that out if you don't know how to tie it. So now what we have is the snap swivel, which is what you're going to attach your line to. It's first, then the bead, and last the other swivel. And what happens is this way your line can slide, or your weight can slide up and down your line as it's bouncing off the bottom through a run. Okay. At this point, that's everything you need on your main line, and you can cut off this tag end, cut it down close to the swivel, and now we're going to tie the leader. And most of the time when you're drift fishing for steelhead or salmon, you're going to be using bait a lot of times, roe, different things like that. So just for this demonstration, I'm going to tie an egg loop knot, which is another knot that you can learn how to tie in the knot section. It's a good knot to know anytime you're going to be tying, drift fishing with bait. So you tie that knot first, and then you will attach the other end of the leader to the swivel on your main line. And if you're using like fluorocarbon or just a mono leader, you can tie an improved clinch knot or whatever knot that you like to use to attach your leader to your main line. So now we got the leader attached, and I'll show you up a little bit closer. This way, and slide up and down your line. And what you're going to do is to this barrel swivel, you're going to attach either a slinky or lead weight. A lot of people like to just use lead when they're bouncing off the bottom. And this way, it'll slide up and down your line, and when you're bouncing off the bottom, it'll stay tight against the swivel. Your leader will float off the bottom with whatever bait you're using. And I like to rig up this way because I feel that when a steelhead picks up your bait, it's directly attached to your line, and the weight can stay down on the bottom, and as the fish pulls, you feel that directly in your rod. So you can feel the bite a little bit easier that way. Some people like to rig, to where their main line and their leader are attached right to the weight, which works. That's pretty much how I always did it when I was first learning how to drift fish. And you catch plenty of fish that way too, but I think this way the fish feels a little bit less tension when they take your bait, so you have a better chance at feeling it before they spit it out. And yeah, if you're going to be using this setup for salmon, drift fishing for salmon, using roe or shrimp cocktail, you can just tie a thicker leader, 15 pound, works good for a lot of times when you're fishing for salmon, or 20 pound. Steelhead, I use mostly 8 to 10. When the water gets real clear, it might go down to like 6. And the water's really high, you can even go up to 12 pound for a leader. But yeah, experiment with your leader size, and I use fluorocarbon a lot, especially for steelhead fishing. I don't think it matters as much with salmon. Yeah, it's a very effective way to catch steelhead in a lot of the rivers in Oregon. So now you know how to rig it up. Go try it out, and good luck out there.